You are watching a closer look. PNG's principal marine and coastal ecosystems include 13,840 square kilometers of coral reefs, 4,200 square kilometers of mangrove swamp forests, and extensive seagrass beds. The country is home to more than 500 species of stony coral, 1,634 reef-associated fish species, 43 mangrove species, and 13 seagrass species. Because of the diversity of life found in the habitats created by coral, reefs are often called rainforests of the sea. About 25% of the ocean's fish depend on healthy coral reefs. They are also a source of food and new medicines. Over 500 million people depend on reefs for food, income, and protection.
In a great effort in saving this important marine life, the Conservation Environment Protection Authority in Papua New Guinea has taken a significant step in safeguarding the precious coral reefs under the Coral Triangle Initiative program. This determined program is centered on coral conservation, fisheries, and food security, has gathered the support of 6 countries including PNG. Due to the growing concerns about the deteriorating health of coral reefs, SEPA's initiative focuses on the protection and rehabilitation of coral ecosystems, vital for the sustenance of marine life. By fostering collaboration with other participating nations, including Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Solomon Islands, and Timor-Leste, SEPA aims to increase the impact of their conservation efforts. In the 9th MPAREX-VMP, or Marine Protected Area Regional Exchange meeting, which aimed to attain the goals and targets of the Regional Plan of Action, Goal number 3, which is the establishment and management of marine protected areas. Papua New Guinea has shared its experience on traditional marine conservation practices to other participating countries.
We would like to bring culture into the modern world and allow us to practice doing marine conservation using our traditional culture. And so in that, we can practice that outside in the outer area with or without the government being there. They will continue to do marine protection in a small way, but it also contributes to marine conservation in a big way. And so Coral Triangle Initiative on coral reefs, fisheries, and food security is trying to promote that, and SEPA as the focal point for this arrangement is working closely with Climate Change Development Authority, National Fisheries Authority, and the provincial administration, especially the Marine Provincial Administration, to help promote these conservation practices using culture.
In a collaborative effort, SEPA have included the practitioners or marine conservation officers from 4 coastal provinces in Papua New Guinea, namely Manus, New Island, Bougainville, and Milian Bay, including the practitioners in Central Province, to mainly promote cultural perspective in marine conservation. Tracy Boslogo from New Island Province, who works as a marine conservation officer with the Wildlife Conservation Society, shared her experience working with the locals in New Island on traditional practices of marine conservation.
Plus tatimol program lo LMMA networking and lo disla program now mi play using mol province officers lo identify mol local champions mi plakole mol line lo peleswe olia to li kamapim disla ting lo kautim sol waranarip blol one tem all passing tumbuna blol all customs blol sampla oli intentionally kamapim na samplay because lo narapla ol custom work na emili di mo likam lo oli luki mo sem because ol work custom mo sem lo tambu maybe because someone need die and then luki mo sem stock and recover like all marine animals only come back na coral and grow good so I'll just continue lo this like
A field activity was conducted by the SEPA group at Tutu Beach in Port Moresby to demonstrate modern techniques used for coral nursery. SEPA was assisted by a local marine conservation group called the Kaima Foundation, who demonstrated the coral nursery techniques. The coral nursery demonstration aimed to impart the techniques to the practitioners that came from the 4 provinces.
So it's been part of our traditional since then. So this concept of nursery, it's something new where we're trying to teach or train the local conservationists to go back to their own respective provinces, and then they can try to do coral nursery to restore the degraded sites they have within their protected areas. So in PNG, we have 5 different methods or techniques for coral nurseries that we are using. We are using the A-frame, table frame, rope nursery, cookies, and the reef star. And in PNG, we have 2 local NGOs who are champion in doing the coral nursery. And they started their work 3 or 4 years back. And the sites their pilot site is within the Bootless Bay National Marine Sanctuaries. So they have several nursery sites within Bootless Bay where they do the nursery, and then they hours from the nursery, and then they go and outplant at the degraded sites.
Demonstrating the techniques used in coral nursery, SEPA have invited their event sponsors, Total Energy and USAID, to participate in the field activity at Tutu Beach in Port Moresby. The Biodiversity Offset Coordinator of Total Energy, Elijah Nagombi, talked about his company's objective in supporting marine conservation.
In supporting conservation efforts like what SEPA is doing now, the Coral Triangle Initiative, as well as the local NGOs that are looking at restoring the mangroves and the coral reefs, it's something that the company is really happy to support as part of our community engagement and part of our offset programs. And in offset programs itself, we work with local NGOs, research institution. We've signed an MOU with the Nature Park, with the Forest Research Institute to look into how we can strengthen the capacity into research for biodiversity values that we have in the country.
Unfortunately, coral reef ecosystems are severely threatened. Some threats are natural, such as diseases, predators, and storms. Other threats are caused by people, including pollution, sedimentation, unsustainable fishing practices, and climate change, which is raising ocean temperature and causing ocean acidification. The Conservation Environment Protection Authority, as a focal point of the Triangle Initiative, is encouraging everyone to take part in the conservation of marine life. They urge government and non-government organizations to support this work to protect this marine ecosystem.
And that's all we have for you on tonight's episode. Join us same time next week for another episode. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Goodbye.